Look, whether or not you like the EU, this is not the point here. The point here is I'm fucking right. Now, this is a quick video that I just want to get off my chest about Twitter and arguing on Twitter, the folly of arguing on Twitter. I've been arguing on Twitter for about 4 years of Brexit, mainly because of Brexit. And I vowed I'm never going to argue on Twitter again because it saps your soul and you never win. Even if you win, you never win. And I'll explain why in a minute. You have two sides to any argument. So let's say for the minute you've got pro-Brexit leavers and you've got anti-Brexit remainers. And what happens is someone will say something. It doesn't matter from which camp, but someone might say something, right? So they might say something like this. Someone else will come in from the opposing side and say something like this. Fine. The original poster or somebody else will come back with that kind of response. No one else will care from the other camp that someone's offered a evidence-based rebuttal. They'll just like this post. Just hundreds of likes on that, even though just below it, there's clearly a rebuttal. Just people piling on with the passive-aggressive liking, just going, yeah, I like this post, I like this post, I like this post, because I agree with all of these points, and I don't agree with all of these points. And even though these points might actually be fact-based, and might actually be right, I don't want to listen to them. There's no changing anybody's mind on Twitter. I vowed after the election on the 12th of December, and I made that Brexit video, which I'll link down below, and it was like, it's done and dusted. I don't want to argue with people anymore about it. But then the Brexit extension deadline passed a couple of days ago, and so some anti-Brexit people were back on Twitter, and I couldn't help myself, could I? I had to just poke that hornet's nest. And anyway, this is what happened. I want to go through with you. This is what happened. Now, I know you don't care about this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I will remove the names because I don't want to out anybody and have pylons or whatever, but pylons as in P-I-L-E-O-N-S, not P-Y-L-O, those electric things. Right, Jacob Rees-Mogg tweeted something about Europe. You don't need to know what he tweeted, but he did. I don't like Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm not a Tory, but anyway, I'm just saying. Or I'm probably not a Tory, I don't know. I could be. I don't support political parties like a football team, do you? Now I can't show you all of these things because one of the original posters blocked me. But basically he said a rebuttal back to Jacob Rees-Mogg saying something along the lines of, you've taken away my rights to live and work places other than Britain, which isn't true. So I said this tweet, feel free to move to Romania. America can't make laws that govern the UK, because he was saying we've given all our power to America. An unelected EU Commission could. So that was my rebuttal. Then this guy comes in, right? We'll call him Double D because he's a tit. And we'll call him Double D because that's his initials of his name. And he said the EU Commission is neither unelected or able to impose laws on anyone. So I've said, if this is the case, here was my rebuttal, then these two questions have very simple answers. What's the sole legislative body of the EU? When did we last vote for the Commission membership? Right, so that was my comeback. Somebody else, let's call him DC, comes back and says, European Parliament is the answer to who is the sole legislating body of the EU, and then he's prefixed it with the Commission is the executive. Now, the Commission is the executive, but he's wrong about the Parliament legislating. It doesn't. It advises and rubber stamps legislation. It's different. Anyway, the second thing is he said, we didn't vote for our cabinet either. Now, this is a classic whataboutism. A whataboutism is when something is bad here, and instead of addressing the argument, what they do is they go, what about this? This is also bad. My rebuttal to that is always, two different things can both be bad. But this tweet that he originally wrote to me has been liked by DD, obviously. So he's doing that passive-aggressive liking, as I've just said. This is the other thing. They pick and choose which arguments. Right? If they can't argue something, they don't think, oh, maybe I'm wrong. What they think is, I'll just ignore that bit. And I'll passively aggressive like other people's tweets. Anyway, I'm 42 and I'm arguing on the internet. So anyway, this DC guy gets back to me. Are you following? And he said, no, the European Council must ask Parliament's opinion before it passes the law. Again, the Council and the Parliament don't legislate. Right? This is not the point I'm making. I'm making the point that only the EU Commission that we don't vote for legislates. The long and the short of it is, I've replied to him and said, no, you need to go back to the point you skirted over, and the EU executive is the only body that legislates. And then DD comes back in and says, my God, you really have no idea. Please tell us you're trying to use satire. Right? And I'm just using this one thread, this one example of arguments that I've had over the last couple of days to prove my point about how it's pointless to argue on Twitter. Anyway, so I've basically said, I've answered everything. You're now leaning into personal attacks. He said it's nothing personal at all. And then he sent me a link. What is the European Commission? And it's by ukandeu.ac.uk. So it's an academic website. So anyway, I've come back to him and I've said, that link you've sent me actually states it is the only legislating body in the EU. It actually backs up what I'm saying. Help me out here. I'm asking him to help me out. Help me out. What's your argument? My voice is getting higher. I need to sort that out.
What's your argument?
He's come back with some points. 1, you can't have read the link I sent you already. Why not? I did. 2, okay, right, now we're well off the topic again. EU seats are based on digressive proportionality, so a vacuous claim about 10% seats, because earlier in the thread that I didn't read out because someone blocked me, I said we have only 10% of the seats in the European Parliament, so we only have 10% of the say. So he's basically said that the 10% of the seats claim is not right. I read this late last night and it annoyed me so much I couldn't get to sleep. So I did a little bit of calculation. I've sent him with a screenshot evidence that actually saying there's 10% of the seats is generous. It's actually 9.7. So look, whether or not you like the EU, this is not the point here. The point here is I'm fucking right. The point here is I'm right and he's wrong. And I'm showing him direct evidence of this. And to ensure, I know you're sick of this. I'm sick of this too. And to ensure, so I've sent another tweet to him. It's clear from your link confirming the EU Commission is the only branch that can legislate. I've highlighted the fact that it says the Commission is responsible for bringing forward proposals for EU law. It is the only EU institution that has this authority. I could not give him enough information. Anyway, the long and the short of it is he's just got back to me saying, take your blinkers off and read further on the same article. Now go find someone else to play with. We're fine here. Not answering anything. Listen, if people don't like the EU or they like the EU, I don't really care. This isn't the point. It's just, this is a good example of sending hard evidence to people and them just going, whatever, mate, you're an idiot. And I think I've got to stop arguing on Twitter because it's just thoroughly doing my head in. Anyway, the long and the short of it is sticking to your guns is such a weird human trait. Surely politics is in part a search for the truth. And changing your mind is hard and it hurts a lot. And so people don't want to do it. They don't want to do the inner work to go, oh yeah, maybe I was wrong. It's so difficult to change your mind. But remember, some of the time we're stuck in life because of our beliefs. Muhammad Ali said the man who views the world at 20 and then he views the world the same at 50. He didn't say this. I'll fuck this quote up. He's wasted 30 years of his life. You get the idea. Anyway, that's it. Don't argue on Twitter is what I'm saying because it's fucking pointless. Because now I'm making this video, you've got to watch it, I'm annoyed. This guy's probably just chilling out having a beer or something. Oh, for a minute there I thought I hadn't recorded any of this. Luckily for you I had. Bye bye.